Welcome back to The Waiting List, the only podcast with one person watching it. We still want to know who you are. You left a comment, but it was just as vague as your YouTube name.
Wait, what did they say?
They said you'll never find me.
Oh my god.
And their YouTube username, I shit you not, is nobody knows.
That's hilarious. Why would you set that up?
Dude, I'm going to find you. I will find you.
We will track
Anyway.
you down and come to your house and simp for you.
But seriously, like,
Which
We will
Which
force
video
you
is it?
to simp for you.
Episode 18, I want to say.
no, but we should, do a thing.
18.
We should do a
We
thing.
should make a Discord
Yeah,
for them.
it's 18. Yeah, it's episode 18. Okay.
Anyway, whilst you
I'm just gonna add something to their discussion.
Anyway, whilst you are stalking our new one person watching us, where we last left off. Where did we last leave off? The party entering into this strange mountain, this strange cavern. The party walked down a long, winding, twisting tunnel that seemingly went on forever until they came across a hole in the floor, down which, about 60 to 70 feet below them, was a large forest of glowing mushrooms of all different forms, colours, and shapes and sizes. Some ranging from 20 feet tall. The party descended and walked in the light of them, following a noise that they heard off in the distance. The party following on towards this noise, they came to a line of marching treants with a few humanoids accompanying them. The treants then entered into this strange triangular shape in the wall, this strange opening with these jagged teeth-like rock protrusions on either sides of it, almost acting like teeth in a sideways mouth. The party following behind after a bit, noticing the stone face closing behind them, found themselves in a strange construction site of sorts, with treants acting as slaves and workhorses, and using them to craft this strange structures, these stretching catwalks crossing over areas, large bonfires lit. The party sending forward a scout, Rory, flying overhead, found in the distance this crude castle made out of rock and jagged stones, in front of which was a large courtyard with multiple different treants, a few of which having this strange circular platform on their head with arches mounted on it. After attempting to enter, Rory was spotted and had to flee, though not before noticing a strange purple glowing light coming from inside of this building. After returning back, the party decided on trying to find some information from any guards nearby. And after a bit of looking and a bit of keeping guard, Mistral and Spencer found a lonely guard smoking a pipe. And as they were playing rock, paper, scissors bolted parchment shears to figure out who would go and try to convince them. They heard a rather forced, deep voice calling out towards them. Thinking fast, Mistral convinced this now noticeably young guard, or watcher as he called himself, that she was upper management and that they needed to ask some questions. The boy, almost known as Daniels, bought into it and believed, and as he was being led, he was charmed by Malon. After some information was gathered from this boy, it was figured out that there is some form of creature that is acting as a captain for these people. Described as some form of black cloaked figure that did not have any qualms about killing their own and killing the treants. After they realised that they didn't simply want to kill the poor child, party decided to hide him in a cubby, rather well hidden. After expertly being tied up, he was left there, and that is where we last left off. So,
I wonder why he was so expertly tied up.
what is everyone doing?
Oh yeah.
Where
So,
where did Mistral and Melon go?
So Spencer and Mistral went to look for some guards. I noticed that Cyril and I believe Terith both went to look out to make sure they weren't being followed or something like that, or just keep an eye on the local area.
Yeah, so I went with
Malon.
Melon
Yes.
for a bit.
So you would have seen Malon a bit back, sort of skulking slightly, then jumping down onto this poor sort of guard with this sort of slamming his face down into the ground as this sort of white, pinkish light would sort of emanate off of his hand that he was holding him down as he then the following scene played.
Okay.
That happened last time.
Once they tied him up, I'm going to fly down to them.
Okay. So you sort of see as they're sort of exiting out of this small cave cubby thing, Mistral and Spencer, are you guys talking about anything, or are you just simply walking out in silence?
That's a good question.
Well, I will fly down and I'll go up to them and hi. Did you find anything out from that seemingly tied up guard?
Oh yeah, I found out quite a lot horrible home life that guy's going through. But you're probably talking about bad guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah,
That is what we needed.
that makes more sense. We did find out some stuff. Not much about who I'm assuming is the guy kind of running this place. Mostly that he's, wearing a black cloak, got some tassels on it. Likes to screech and rip off heads a lot.
Oh.
Yes, it does seem
Interesting
that
hobby.
at least this captain, as the child put it, is some form of a force to be reckoned with, and something I doubt is human.
I will
Right.
go down and I'm gonna arrive exactly where they said he likes ripping off heads and be like, wait, what? And then,
We found out some information about one of what I assume to be one of the higher forces at play currently, a black-shadowed figure that, as you heard, apparently likes ripping off of heads.
So, question: are we just gonna leave that guy there I mean, are you sure someone will find him?
Malon sort of looks over at you, Mistral.
See, the plan is to kind of come back for him.
Oh,
If we
okay.
don't, then I guess survival of the fittest.
Right. Rory just, like, kind of worried looking, just glances back at him.
Yeah,
But-
you sort of hear a faint just. And then you sort of.
Has he realised that he's been tied up yet? Not because this is a drill.
The charm should be wearing off at some point. I'd give it about 25 minutes.
Oh, nice.
All right. So what's our plan then?
Ah, yes, there was another person that God mentioned, a blue tiefling that has had contact with the boss. So I feel like this person might be important at some point.
Okay.
Possibly.
Um,
What did you say you saw again when you flew over to that
Right,
glowing structure?
yeah. Well, I saw that big blobby kind of thing that looked a bit like the one we saw before. And then I also saw this like massive building structure thingy, and it had this glowing like purple light, a bit like I mean, kind of the same color as in the treants and the mushrooms as well, I noticed. So I went over, but they saw me before I could get a really good look. But it was coming from in that building, so we might it might be, maybe we should go there. I don't know.
Yes, the only problem is that there is what I assume to be an army in between us and there. You're very lucky indeed that you were not seen until the end.
Yes.
I
So we could maybe disguise ourselves or something. I mean, I don't know if that would work for a few of us, but I don't know.
that could certainly work. Yes.
We have invisibility spells, don't we?
Yes.
The only problem
Wait,
with
Though I do know that
have
they
I noticed
are
that they like have?
The only problem-
You notice that Tereth
done?
has walked away towards the rest of the group now. You're sort
Oh,
of
is that
keeping an eye.
me
you
and would me and Tareth been in the same place? I thought
yes,
we were.
yeah, he
Oh,
followed you.
okay.
the only problem with
Okay.
the invisibility spells is they're a finite resource. They will
I probably
run
would
out.
have followed him then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that type of spell is rather tiring on the caster, I'm afraid. Though
Yes, I
Right.
can only cast that about maybe 2 more times, and then I wouldn't be able to cast any other spells.
Well,
I can
who-
cast it. I think twice more.
well, people who look similar to the people here could disguise, and then maybe just a couple of us could be invisible, if that works, or we could just stay behind, I guess. But that's kind of
no, I don't think that splitting our forces would be a good
Yes.
idea. I believe that,
I mean,
considering
I
the
could always
variety of the people here, that human said that there were blue tieflings and other things, I don't think we would look too out of place as long as we had hoods up.
yes,
The
that
problem is
true.
getting them.
Yes.
And from what I can tell, most people here are
Well,
almost volunteering. It is strange.
it might be best if maybe me and the Dragonborn go in under invisibility, as we're less common races.
And you stand out more.
Well,
yes.
Yes, we were. Yes, I'm not exactly an uncommon race, but I stand out. If you see what I mean.
Okay.
You could always sit on Rory's shoulders.
I can bring one person.
I don't think I could. She's not much taller than me.
I could bring
Yes,
one more
but-
person.
Combined, you might look normal, forgive my saying.
We'll just be
I
very
see what you
tall.
mean, yes.
I could bring one more person. I could make one more person invisible, but that would be me completely spent on 3rd level spell slots and all of my
What is a spell slot?
I was about to say meta-wise once I finished my sentence. And
done?
my sorcery points.
Well, I could cast. Wait, what? Why? Wait, what? You then that would be doing it on 3 people because a 3rd level invisibility is
Oh,
is
okay.
already
It's
2 people.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, that would be. Wait, wouldn't that be 4 then? Because if I
It might
twin
be
spell it.
4. Twin spell. Does it double the amount of people, or does it add 1 more person?
Twin spell. Why can't I see it?
Nova.
Mhm.
Can I? What was I gonna say? The guy's still charmed, right?
Oh. Seems to be, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over to him.
Okay.
It says.
Has he got something around his mouth?
Yeah, you've sort of seen he's currently turned away from you, so he doesn't notice you're there, and he's just sort of.
Okay. I will like take the thing out of his mouth and say hello. Hi. Sorry to bother you in your training exercise, but I was wondering if it's really cold. Me and my my boss and all my colleagues, we're really cold, and we were wondering if we could get some cloaks somewhere.
Oh yeah,
Or-
they keep a store in the barracks.
Oh, where is the barracks?
Oh, it's the big one. It's a complete building, few flags around it, few banners.
Right.
Most of the guards, watchers, and stuff stay around there quite a bit. So yeah, when they're on their break, they'll sort of sit outside there and sort of polish their weapons and stuff. You know.
Great,
Yeah.
great, yeah.
And the chief does come around there from time to time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Good to know. Would there be anywhere that's a long walk away, and we'll be freezing when we get over there. Would there be
yeah.
anywhere closer?
You could always ask the.
less populated, maybe.
You could always ask some of the other guards that are on watch. I'm sure, we've got letters and stuff. I'm sure they could, you could borrow a cloak or something. I'm not sure. I'm sure that, we were told that if we separate with the cloaks, we'd have to separate with our head. But I'm sure that was just sort of a joke. Don't lose the stuff. I'm sure it's expensive.
Is he wearing a cloak?
Yes, he is. It's underneath the
Rory.
It's underneath the sort of ropes, and you can see there's quite a few ropes that are going over his chest, a few sort of down his arms. You can see that some over his shoulders. You can see that it would be a bit of an ask to sort of get it undone and get it out, but you certainly could.
Without taking him out of the.
That would be a lot more difficult. If you would like to do that, you could go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
Do
I'll
I
try.
hear that? Do I hear him saying what he said?
He's pretty loud, yeah.
Okay. If I see her start trying to untie them, I'm gonna say something to her.
23.
Okay,
I'm
and a sleight of hand,
untying.
right?
Yeah, sleight of hand.
Okay,
I'm
and can you
untying.
give me a dexterity check as well then?
Oh, before I do this, can I just say, do you mind if I just borrow yours? You seem quite cozy. And,
I've got a fire here. It's kind of burning my back actually. I'm kind of warm.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I'll just. Okay. Dex.
I'm gonna come up behind Rory and put my hand on her shoulder and say,
Dex is 18, 23 for sleight of hand.
What hand are you putting on her shoulder?
my right one, my flesh hand, my right one.
Okay.
Your flesh hand.
Yeah, you.
Well, one of my hands is robot.
Oh, true. Yeah, I forgot about that. Flesh. Okay. I'll. Have I started when he comes up?
I'm gonna say you're sort of you're sort of scrounging around it, sort of looking for the main thing. It's very well done. It's
Right.
very, very well done. It's difficult to
just
find
turn
where you
around.
can sort of start to untie it.
I'll turn around to Cyril and oh hi, I'm just I'm getting a robe for us. I just smile at him.
Leave it to him. We don't need to put this person in danger. And anyway, there's only one. That's not enough for all of us.
It's a start.
Well,
I don't see you trying
It's-
to.
I mean,
get
if you guys
robes
need
off
it, that's
people.
completely fine.
You see, he's
no, it's
volunteering.
really
He's
yeah, it's
volunteering.
I can't
I'm
see
gonna
you
start,
guys.
I'm gonna start kind of leading her away from him.
Are you guys still there? Hello.
No, we're just going to leave you here for a little bit.
Oh,
We'll be back
okay.
soon.
Am
Or we
I
just
doing a good job with the training? Hello.
While Cyril is kind of leading Warrior away, I think I'm gonna walk back and just kind of put the gag back in.
Hello. Oh, you came back.
Keep up the good work. You're doing an excellent job. Yeah, definitely. We are so proud of you here at this corporation. We wish more people would be like you. Alright, I'm gonna leave now because I can't understand anything you're saying.
When she catches up with me and Rory, who have been walking away, I'm gonna like whisper to her, "Kinky."
You so Mistral, you just sort of as you're walking away, you sort of you hear a and you sort of kinky as this sort of like this sort of goblinoid form just hops up and down past your ear.
Yeah, I just like hop up to her like, "Kinky." Kinky.
Okay, so Cyril, where do you suggest we get the robes from if we can't just, he was offering.
Well,
He did say
I would suggest that two of us, maybe me and the dragon as well, probably need an invisibility spell anyway. We go and try and steal some from the building.
Okay.
Maybe Spencer could cast that spell that helps us be stealthy again. That could be useful as well. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, that sounds good. I guess
Isn't-
probably.
Forgive me, isn't that spell location based? As in, it is an aura around the caster.
I actually don't know that spell, so I wouldn't know.
Yes,
It
I am
is.
familiar with that spell. Yes.
How many people can be invisible again?
Well, I can cast it on two.
So you could
yes.
take Tereth and Spencer.
I could cast it on myself.
Yes, but we me and Tereth need invisibility anyway. Was my thinking. We can probably do it without Spencer's spell. I'm sure she'll be fine.
We could always have a little sneak competition between our little group and then pick the top 2 best sneakers.
I'm quite stealthy.
Go and get the robe.
I'm just saying.
I could cast it on me and one other, but then I'd only have 1 sorcery point left.
What is a sorcery
And
point?
we-
What are you talking about?
I don't.
Meta-wise. Then I would be
John,
almost.
also, John, again, you don't need to use a thing to use it on 2 people if you're using it at 3rd level.
Yeah, but I only have 1 third level spell slot left, and I kind of like to save that in case I need to fireball.
Oh, yeah, okay. If you use the 2nd level, okay.
So I use the 2nd level and then
Yeah.
what's his name on
I
that?
think we're forgetting something, that some of us here can disguise ourselves at any rate.
That
Yes,
is true,
who
yes.
can do that?
What? Does someone here have a prestidigitation spell? I don't know if I pronounced that correctly.
Prestidigitation.
I,
That is a practice spell for children.
Oh,
believe
sorry,
I do
Mr. Anthony Magic.
have a spell by that name, but I
I-
don't entirely see how that's useful.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm not entirely sure how that spell precisely works. I'm not much of a mage myself, but like maybe we could make something that kind of looks like the robes using it.
I believe you are entirely mixed
Yes.
up on what spell prestidigitation
Yes,
is.
that
Most
doesn't
likely.
sound like it at all.
I think you're thinking of minor illusion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I probably
probably.
am. Hmm.
At any rate, I have a spell that can disguise myself, and Cyril has said the same. Does anyone else here have that particular spell?
I can disguise myself.
No.
No.
Oh no, I don't have disguise self. No, I was just saying.
Oh.
I thought you were talking.
Oh,
I
I thought you were talking about I don't have that spell. I thought you were talking about I was just
What
agreeing
colours?
the people have that.
What colours were the
I
like
thought you were
robe
talking about
thingies again?
So the cloaks that they wear
Yeah.
are sort of red and black that you've seen.
Right.
so far.
I actually just remembered. I'm wearing a blue kind of cloak thingy. So it's like dark blue. So I could just not. I don't know.
You could try and bullshit your way into end up pretending to be a higher up again.
Does anybody here have any red cloth?
Guys, I'm the inspector.
Where, are you saying? Are you gonna say about that in character about your cloth?
Well, I am actually wearing a cloak, so maybe I could just, if I just put it over my head, I could just try and blend out in that way. You know, if we don't get enough.
Your cloak is blue.
It is, but
I believe if
Yes,
we're going to try and sneak past, we would certainly need that spell to aid us in that. But I believe it would wear out by the time we got there. It is quite the journey on foot to get to that glowing
Does anybody have
castle.
any red material?
I do not.
Or it's just
What?
lying around. Yeah, let me take a look in my bag.
Why? I mean, I don't, but why are you wondering?
Well, if I had red material, then we could potentially make a cloak. Not cloak. Yeah, I could add red bits to my cloak.
Well, I mean, I doubt that we make a very convincing replica unless you're some sort of tailor. Which are you?
No, but I could probably, I don't know, put something
Well,
possible
I
together,
think it's probably
maybe.
best if we stick to the plan I suggested first. So I
Of
guess,
sneaking into the barrack and
yes,
stealing some cloaks.
yes.
yes. So I guess I
probably-
will cast invisibility on me and Tereth.
You could, yes,
Okay.
or you
I
could cast it on.
will say, be cautious. As
Yes.
that child said, that captain, as he called it, apparently stayed around there a bit.
Yes.
I would advise utmost caution. We do not know whether it is human or not, and we do not know whether to be able to see directly through your spell.
I'm gonna turn on my good boy vision when I'm going there.
Okay. Anyway, so who is going?
Me
Yeah.
and Tereth.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cast invisibility on
As
Tereth when we get closer.
Okay.
Alright, so I guess,
do
do we
you
roll
make
stealth?
your way? Then? Do you stealth first
Yeah, we
and
start-
then go invisible?
We'll stealth
Yes.
for the first bit because it's still not very populated around here, right? So
Yeah.
it's a bit
Nice.
pointless to waste duration on the stealth.
Okay, roll me a stealth check. Both of you.
18.
13, did you say?
18.
18, okay.
12.
12, okay. You begin walking down, sticking to the shadows, attempting to stay hidden. Tereth, you're having a lot easier time of your skin tone and your cloak colour, whereas Cyril, your sort of the weight of your bag and sort of a few loose rocks being kicked every now and again. You're being a bit louder, but you seem to
You seem to be going fine as you begin sort of going down in the direction that you assume to be the barracks, as you see a few guards sort of stopping with bated breath to get past them, but you manage to get past them, and you see now off in the distance slightly, about maybe 10-minute walk away, is this larger building with these red and black banners with sort of large sort of sticks of coming out in the with like crude torches coming out the sides of this large building. You see a few.
How long have we been? Oh,
how long have you been walking?
how long have we been walking so far?
Okay, you've been walking for about, considering your stealthing, you've been taking your time with it. I'd say you've been gone for about 10-15 minutes.
Okay. I'm gonna cut off some visibility now then.
Okay. So as sort of one hand on your circlet and one hand sort of on Terrace's shoulder, as you sort of closing your eyes briefly, as you both effectively invisible.
Alright.
And okay, so how do you proceed? You see in the distance this sort of almost it almost looks like it looks entirely out of place almost, as the architecture is a little more refined than everything else, but nowhere near luxurious looking. You see that the sort of the roof of it is almost looks like a repurposed ship.
Ooh. Okay.
Though you believe that is simply because they were getting whatever wood they could.
Is there like a door on the front?
Yeah, there is a decently large set of double doors you can see in the distance. You see also sort of sat outside are about 6 or 7 sort of people all dressed similarly to Daniel's was, or with these sort of cloaks, all like a good half of them smoking out of pipes. Some of them
Is the
sort
door open or closed?
It is closed currently.
Okay. How long ago did we become invisible?
Literally just now.
Okay, I guess we should wait.
Yeah, we'll walk in.
Yeah.
We'll walk towards it and go through the doors when we get there, unless I see anything.
Okay.
Also,
I am
do I see
gonna
anything with
nudge. I'm gonna nudge
with my-
him because the doors opening and closing on their own is not.
I mean, you
good.
all begin sort of walking closer. You're using your good build
What
vision,
do I
right?
see with my?
Cyril?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you begin looking sort of around, you see that inside there's this almost something you're not used to being able to see. As with this vision, everything sort of becomes a misty white sort of over it, and the different schools of magic show up as different bright colours. You see on one of the guards this sort of around his neck, this sort of green glowing amulet looking thing. But what catches your eye mostly is as you begin coming closer, you see this black mist that seems to be emanating out of the house. You think it's coming from something inside of it, but it is heavily necrotic and very foreboding, and it doesn't smell good.
I was about to ask. So is that necromancy then? And then you said and then like literally right as I was about to say that, you said it's necrotic. Team name or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I guess. Wait, are we like there now, or?
So you're about 25 feet off from the house. You see that there's a few sort of wandering guards, and you see a lot more archers around this area, sort of posted up on the other sort of on these sort of large sort of catwalks and rafters that seem to be crossing over a lot of the place in this area. You see quite a few different things. You see a few treants that are sort of dragging these large sort of pieces of timber. You see a few of them sort of like with this large, almost trolley-like thing, like a crude sort of basket-esque trolley, sort of carrying large boulders, sort of lumbering sort of across the place.
Okay. I'm going to go into the room or like look in through the doors and then see what's.
Okay, so you're gonna try and peer
there.
in. Give me a perception check.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait. Yeah, that's the thing. Oh wow, that's actually a really good roll. That's a 15.
A 15. Okay. Inside, you see sort of on your tiptoes, sort of leaning in, sort of looking through a sort of crack in part of the wall, not wall, sorry, door. You see a there are about 3 guards currently in. They're sort of like a few of them are sort of donning pieces of leather armor. One of them sort of sharpening his sword with what seems to be a whetstone with no sort of oil on it. So he's sort of just scraping along his sword. You see a sort of blue tiefling with these sort of horns that sort of coming out from sort of kind of like just above and forward from the temples, sort of going backwards down his sort of hair that's also sort of slicked backwards with what you assume to be sweat. He seems a bit more higher than the others, with this sort of a little bit more decorated armor and this sort of his cloak having this sort of embroidering of red down the trim, down the edges with the trim, which you hadn't seen from the others.
Okay.
And you see that there is almost a thick, almost mist of black with your good boy vision.
Okay.
Almost to the point where making it hard to see, so you're sort of switching back to normal vision if you choose.
Okay. I'm going to I'm gonna go in and
Just
Do I know? Can I see him going in?
You're sort of trying to stay close to each other, not like actually touching each other though, so you sort of going off of hearing. You sort of get to the same place and you sort of hear the sort of creaking of the door as it sort of slowly begins. So give me a sleight of hand check, Cyril.
Oh, I didn't realize the door wasn't open.
It was not open.
I had in my
Would you
mind
like to
that the
retcon
doors
that?
were like open. Okay, yeah, I'll retcon
I
that.
literally
I'm gonna
said
wait
that
for
when you were going in. I
I-
said,
yeah,
wait till
is-
someone comes and opens
Yeah,
the
I
door.
also did say that the door is closed.
Oh, I didn't. That's alright. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna wait for someone to
Okay.
come and open the door.
We're
and
about
go
5
in when they
minutes
do.
as one of the guards that was donning his chest, sort of this leather chest piece, and is sort of walking out as he's sort of attaching the cloak around his neck. As the another one following, as the door slowly begins closing behind him.
Okay.
Can I make
I go in.
Okay, yeah, do you both enter, or does just Cyril?
I will try and enter as
Okay.
well.
You both sort of enter, sort of squeezing in, sort of your Tereth, your sort of snout sort of slightly rubbing against the door as you sort of turn sideways to get in, but other than that, no one seems to notice.
Alright.
As you're in, you sort of see this very cramped-looking space, this sort of filled of, at least this first room is, you see sort of with different sort of very cobbled-together looking drawers. You see quite a few sort of chests that look very battered and worn. You see sort of a ladder going up in the corner of the room. You see the tiefling man now, who is sort of. You see him sort of twiddling a sort of strange curved dagger. With the sort of a very very strange one. Sort of he has a sort of loop of string around the bottom of it as he's sort of swinging that on the loop of string, sort of sheathing that, sort of getting out a few more of those type of daggers.
Are there any like are the cloaks in this room or?
Give me a perception check.
I will. 16.
16. You sort of quickly glancing around, you don't see any cloaks. You sort of like try to peer in a few of the drawers without making too much noise. You don't notice anything though. You sort of see a few sort of rusted daggers, a few very badly
Is there,
made
like-
swords, and
Is there like any rooms coming off of it? Or
yeah,
is it just-
so there's a room on the left, a room on the right, and a room ahead, and there's also in the sort of back corner of the room there is a ladder that goes upwards into an open hatch.
Okay. Are the doors to those rooms open or closed?
So the one on the left is closed. And the two others are open though.
Can
Okay, I'm
I-
gonna go through the one on the right, I guess.
I guess somehow I'll see him doing that, like
Give
work
me a
out that he's doing
perception
this.
check.
Me
Well,
or him?
I feel like probably we like hold hands or something. Actually, I mean, I
You
didn't
didn't
say that,
really
so I
say
guess.
that you did is the problem,
Yeah.
and that is something that you would need to say. So, Tariff, give me a perception check to see if you sort of hear the shifting,
All right.
because you know what you're looking out for. Is why I'm allowing him to make this check.
13.
13. Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna say you hear somewhat shifting, so you know he's moving, but you really don't know exactly where he is going.
Okay, I'm gonna make a guess and think he's going forward and go forward.
Okay, so one of you is going left or right, was it, Felix?
Right. Well,
Right.
wait, was it the left one that was open? Or
The
the
left
right
one is closed.
Okay, yeah, it's the right one. Then.
Okay, so one of so Naturalis, you go forwards, and Felix, you go right. Okay, so
Okay.
Felix, as you sort of creeping in through this doorway, sort of looking around, you see sort of a longish room full of these sort of packed sort of triple high bunk beds, sort of with sort of like sheepskins, sort of sacks, and a few other things as sort of bedding. You see like a few sort of rats sort of scurrying around the room. You see sort of like what sort of apple crates and stuff like that. So that sort of the stuff that you would use to collect apples and stuff, sort of hammered into the wall with sort of different things sort of on them.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna leave and
You
go
see-
into the front room.
Oh, I was going to say, you see a few chests
Oh.
at the foot of some of the beds, as well as a singular hung-up cloak in one of the racks.
Okay, I'm gonna look in the chests then.
Okay. As you sort of open up the chest, it's sort of the first one is unlocked, but the other one has a lock on it. You see it's a pretty shaddily made chest, sort of with sort of a bit of the wood is sort of bowed and sort of
Okay.
some of there's sort of a few cracks and splinters down it as it's sort of been slammed shut. So you sort of opening it up, sort of like this sort of slow creaking as you sort of opening it. Looking in, you see a few sort of rusty daggers, a sort of pouch of 7 silver pieces and 1 gold piece. You also see a broken sword. So this sort of out of sort of place looking slightly broken sword. This sort of it looks like it was once maybe a 2-handed sword, maybe a bastard sword.
Hmm. Okay.
You see it's sort of like it's sort of broken maybe a quarter length off.
Okay.
It's
Wait,
sort
so
of,
wait, there's a quarter length missing, or there's a quarter length left?
there's a quarter length left. It's sort of it's still sharp. It's still due to the way of the break, but it isn't in any real good condition. You see that the sort of the cross guard with it has this sort of almost like I'd sort of describe it as fancy doorknob almost, as well as the pommel. This sort of it's very similar, but a bit larger than the cross guard. It looks like when it was a sword still, it would have been pretty good.
Hmm.
You sort of see down what's left of the blood groove has this sort of what looks to be the start of a few symbols, but you've only got 1.5 left, really.
Okay. Wait, I forgot. How does invisibility work? If I pick up something, that won't be invisible, will it? Because it makes my stuff invisible.
I think
I'd
it's
have
at
to
the
cast
time
it
of
again
casting.
after,
Yeah,
right?
I think it's at the time.
Yeah,
of
I'd
casting.
have to cast it again after I pick the stuff up, wouldn't I, to make them invisible?
I can Google that if you want.
I'm pretty sure I would. From like I read the description. I just wasn't entirely sure how I was supposed to interpret it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I was just like double checking.
So what are you doing?
Does it like bear any resemblance to either my sword or Rory's sword?
Give me an intelligence check. Also,
Would it be like any specific thing in intelligence or just flat intelligence?
Just your intelligence. You could
Okay.
have an investigation if you want.
Okay,
Also,
I mean, I don't really know anyway. It's an 11.
11. Rory's sword looks incredibly elven. It's very, very elven looking. This sort of sleek design,
Yeah.
singular piece of singular piece of metal. And yours is very sort of. It seems very very northern-esque. It seems very there's very little cross guard on it, so it doesn't strike you that the sword was ever used by any form of knight. Your sword, at least. But this one, a sort of quite a hefty cross guard on it, so you assume it was a sword for multiple purposes. And while it was still intact, you don't really see all that many similarities with it.
Okay. I'm gonna peer out the door to this room and see where the guy's looking. guys who are in
Currently,
the
the
room.
guy he is sort of has finished. Sort of, you see now his sort of like trousers being this sort of array of holsters for these sort of knives with these sort of tassels on the end for what you assume to be easy. Sort of pulling them out, you see about like 6, sort of 3 sort of aside on his upper thigh. And sort of to the sides, and sort of below his hip, you see
Okay.
them, and you see sort of 2 holsters for 2 blades, but on his hips as well. You see these sort of elegant, curved, almost rapier-like swords. As now, sort of, he is sort of adjusting his cloak. He's facing
What
into
way-
this
what way is
sort
he
of
looking?
like this mess of drawers as he's sort of pulled out a few things.
Okay. Is there anyone else in the room?
Uh,
And if so, where are they facing?
Currently, you cannot see anyone.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to pick up the blade and try and get into the front room as quickly as possible.
Okay, give me a quick stealth check just for noise, because you said as quickly as possible.
Fuck, that's bad. That's a 4.
Okay, so as you sort of grabbing the blade, sort of trying to quickly get out into the other room, as you notice that Naturalis does not seem to be in here, you sort of, with your foot, you sort of stepping as one of the floorboards sort of dipping down slightly, the sort of tiefling man sort of turning. You see his sort of cape sort of flourish behind him as he turns quite quickly. He seems to be searching and looking about as he says, "Oi! Any of you fuckers in there? You're meant to be out." Fucker, and he sort of like begins to walk directly towards you to the door frame of the a sort of like room of beds.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get past him and behind him before he gets to the door frame.
Okay, just give me.
Wait, wait, how did he see me? Did I just like make too much noise, or did I like stumble or something?
So as you sort of press your foot down, it is sort of one of these floorboards sort of creaked.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, so as you sort of
So-
put a bit too much weight onto it.
Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna try and get, like, to the side of the door frame into the room that he's in so that he doesn't see me.
So you're trying to sort of get to the side
he
of the
doesn't-
door frame.
Yeah, so he doesn't
you're
walk
like
into me.
about like a few steps. You're like nearly in the center of the door frame, just a bit out at this point
Hmm.
of the door frame, sort of into the same room as he is in.
Okay, so I'm gonna
And
try
he's-
and get to the
he's
side
sort of
so he
walking
doesn't walk
directly
into me.
towards you.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna get to the side so he doesn't walk into me.
Okay. I'm gonna say give me. Should I make you give me a dexterity check for that? Simply because to make sure you don't make another noise, or should I not?
I don't.
I'm gonna say no, just for now. As sort of, he's sort of walking past. He sort of squeezes to the side as he sort of walks in, sort of looking about. This is where I'm going to move over
Wait.
to Naturalis.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
What's up?
wait, does the door have a lock
There
on it?
This
John,
door
come
does
back.
not have a door.
Oh, okay. There's just
It's just a door frame.
open door frame. Okay.
I mean, you
Okay,
see
I'm
what it
gonna
looks like an
go-
attempted door, sort of leaning against the side of the wall.
Okay. Also, who's Naturalis? What?
Oh, fuck off. John is not
Also,
here.
John isn't here.
Okay, I guess I'll go through into the
Okay.
circle room, the front room.
The front room ahead.
Yeah.
Tereth is meant to be in there, but he.
Yeah, Tareth is meant to be in there, so I guess we just need to like
Yeah.
go back to the others or something. I don't know. What we
You
could be
do
doing.
have two other ways to go currently. Because you have the door
Yeah,
that's
but my
closed and you have
character would've-
the ladder.
My character would have gone to the front one because it's going to be easier to go into the front one than go into a
Well,
ladder.
fuck it.
so
Let's do
leaving the
that. Then.
hardest one for last.
Fuck it. Let's do that. So.
Okay.
As you sort of enter into the room, you immediately you see this sort of what seems to be some form of storage room. You see this sort of plenty of different sort of like boxes of things. You see sort of boxes of dried sort of meats. You see a few sort of boxes with sort of fresh-ish looking like sort of vegetables and other things like that. They seem to be really untouched.
Okay.
You see it's sort of like a clutter of multiple different boxes stacked on top of each other.
Okay. Do I think anything in? Are there boxes that I can't tell what's in them?
There are
Like,
quite a
we
few
could have-
boxes that you can't tell what's in them. Oh, hello,
Okay.
John.
Do you I guess I'll look in like a couple of them to see if there's to see if that's where the robes are.
Give me an investigation check. John, are you here?
Okay. Well, wait. Actually, we could retcon this now that John's here. And
Yeah.
he can do his thing. That might be better. Yeah.
So Nova, can we go back to the party at some point?
Yes, after these two, I'm gonna say, so I'm gonna come back to you guys. I do apologise.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Alright, because John is not talking, I think we are gonna finish what Cyrilla's doing and then go on to the thing. So, okay, what was your investigation check? Oh, hello?
Hello.
Hello, okay.
Sorry, my PC updated for no fucking
Ooh,
reason.
Yeah. I feel
Right
that.
there, it just blew the screen like, ouch.
Mm.
Sorry.
Anyway, okay, we can retcon it. So, John, you have entered into this room. It is this large sort of storage room. This sort of, you see sort of like dried out fruits, dried meats. You see sort of pretty old looking vegetables and other things like that. You see a few sort of ration supplies. You see quite a few boxes that simply have no labels or are closed. It's sort of this mess of stacked boxes and sort of wooden crates and barrels and other things like that. What would you like to do?
So there's crate boxes and some. Is there anybody in here?
Currently, you do not see anyone in here.
Then I burst in like, "Hey there, bro."
And a floating
bro.
handle of a sword comes in.
Yeah.
That sounds utterly terrifying. I will have a look, I guess, inside some of the chests.
Okay,
like the
give me an
most logical
investigation
thing.
check. What are you looking for precisely?
What's inside the first chest?
Okay, the closest one to you, you sort of, as you open it up, you see immediately you're hit with this. There's this horrible smell of rot is beginning to sort of come through. You see inside this chest is sort of is sort of the decaying, maggoted remains of a human head.
That's fucking disgusting.
You sort of you're hit in the face by a few flies that sort of fly past you. As sort of you see the holes where the maggots have buried in and out. I would like you to give me a quick Constitution saving throw.
Go ahead. I will do that. Constitution. I can't find fucking Constitution. There. 20.
Okay. As you sort of like pull it open, you're sort of looking, you're sort of like staring for a second and sort of quietly closing as you stop. And you sort of feel yourself beginning to sort of retch, but you sort of keep quiet and sort of shaking your head slightly. Would you like to continue looking?
Can I make an investigation check to see if the other ones don't have human body parts in them?
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know which. My investigations. Oh no, I get investigations. Okay, that is a 15.
15. Looking at the other boxes, you see that this box that you opened has this sort of puddle sort of seeping out of the bottom of it. It looks to be like a mixture, like almost like a clear-ish looking blood, almost like it's blood mixed with other bodily fluids. You see that none of the other boxes have that, so you assume that they're safe from body parts.
Okay, I will try one of the other boxes that doesn't have a body part in.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
That would be a 2. That one.
Okay, as you begin lifting it up, you sort of your sort of clawed dragonborn hand sort of slip the box lid sort of slipping out as sort of like clanking across the floor, sort of skidding slightly as you sort of above you through the floor. You sort of hear this sort of thump noise. As sort of looking up, you see this sort of black smoke begin to weave through the floorboards above you.
That looks bad. I'm gonna move away from the box and kind of see what happens.
Okay.
Wondering if anybody had kind of been notified that I was here.
Right. So as you say that, Cyril, you have just entered, hearing this clank clank as now the tiefling that was past you now sort of coming back saying, right, who the fuck is that? As he begins walking in the same direction, and Cyril,
I'm gonna try and get past them again. And
Cyril, really quickly though, as you sort of entering in this thing, you're seeing these sort of black wispy tendrils begin to weave their way through the sort of floorboards. You just hear in the back of your mind.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna try and wait. So he's coming right for. I'm in the door frame again, and he's coming right for me again, right? Okay.
He's a bit behind you, but yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try and get up this ladder.
Okay, you're gonna try and go over to the ladder. Okay.
Hopefully, he won't see the floating sword.
Give me a quick stealth check for him not to see the fucking sword. I'm going to use one of my unlucky dice because I want to see where this goes.
That's a 16.
Okay. Sort of, as you sort of notice him coming, you sort of, holding the sword, you sort of turn it to make it the smallest possible and then sort of hold it in one of the darker corners as you sort of moving yourself out of the way as he walks past you, sort of. Now sort of you're able to move, you sort of make your way over towards the ladder. So, right. Tereth, you're now practically cornered in here as sort of standing away from the box but still in the same room. You see now in the doorway this this blue tiefling with sort of these sort of 6 knives and these 2 curved swords on his waist and this cloak with the red and black cloak with the red trim.
I will stay completely still and
Okay.
try and wait for him to leave. How long has gone past since the spell?
Since the spell, I would say about 10, maybe 20 minutes.
I'm guessing. Do I know roughly how long it'll last?
Yeah, you've cast the same spell before. You know that this would last about an hour.
Okay, so I know that I'm good for now.
Mhm.
So I will, kind of just stay completely still.
Okay. So as this sort of tiefling is sort of rummaging around, sort of like her has been fucking hell. As he's now sort of looking up at the tendrils, sort of, what the fuck is going on? As he's now sort of looking around, a lot more skeptical. As he's sort of, alright, well, whoever's in here, you're not leaving. As he now sort of standing in the door frame. Sort of looking around, and you see his eyes keep glancing back towards this these glowing sort of dark wispy tendrils. And this is where we're going to move back to the rest of the party.
Okay.
So while this is happening, what are you all doing?
Yes. Well, I am going to kind of wander over to Mistral, and just tap her on the shoulder.
Hi, can I help with anything?
Well, no, not really. I mean, I was just wondering, I don't really know much about you. So have you got parents? Are you close with your family, or what? You've just joined and I don't really know anything.
Ah, I see. And you want to specifically ask about parents?
Oh, well, I don't know.
It's been a while since I've my parents. I don't know. I didn't really spend much time with them growing up. It was kind of complicated. They weren't always around.
Oh, right, yeah, I know the feeling. Do you have siblings or what?
Again, I haven't seen them much either. They kind of followed my parents.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Guess you could see who the favorites were.
Oh, yeah, I've never met my parents actually. Yeah. I would like to, but I don't really know where to find them, to be honest.
Did you grow up by yourself?
Yeah, I mean I had Rosa, but yeah, they just kind of left me as an egg. But it's fine.
I'm really sorry about that.
No. It's fine. I mean, it's weird hearing about other people like with their families and stuff because I never really got that.
We're your family now. I can't speak about the others, but I'm sure they'd agree as well.
Yes. I always have Bolly just look down at the vine that's on the ground beside me.
You sort of see like he's sort of planted himself and he's sort of just looking up at you with wide eyes. You see one of them sort of like beginning, like you see at the bottom of them they're beginning to slightly fill up with tears.
Okay.
As he sort of like he starts sort of like starts lightly shaking as this sort of like the rustling.
How did you end up meeting Ollie?
Oh, well, he was just like on a roof, and then I'm not really sure how it happened, but he just appeared sometimes, and then
I'm not sure how it happened either.
Me neither.
and then he just came with us, I guess. Yes. But
That sounds like a kidnapping with extra steps. Sort of as like Mulon sort of walks by.
I'm gonna turn back to Mr. Yeah, I don't know. Say I was like wanting to, track them down, my parents. I don't really know where I'd start. Do you know of anyone who would like, be able to? Like, I don't really know much about magic, but
I don't know much about magic either, to be honest. I'm not the smartest when it comes to that kind of sense. I'm really sorry. If only we'd met a couple years earlier, I would have known a bunch of people that could have helped out. But we're not exactly on speaking terms at the moment.
Oh no, what happened?
We had some rules in place. And I might have done the one rule that they told us not to do. They weren't very happy about that.
Oh no. What is your job, or like what did you do before you joined us?
It's like odd jobs here and there, just standard mercenary stuff. Gotta make your way in life somehow. It's either that or the brothels.
The boat brothels. Yeah.
I don't like that he's rolling in the background.
Uh-oh. Something's gonna come and murder us.
Beholder. No.
Exactly.
What about the other members in the party? Have you always known them? Is it kind of like a recent development?
No, I mean, I just, I met them in... I've forgotten the name of the city.
It's okay, city names can be hard to remember. I feel you on that one.
Yeah, but I came to, like, Alturiel for the first time, and, it was just, like, I'd never been to a big city before. And, I just, I helped them. I think they were looking for someone, and I helped them find them. And then I just kind of stayed with them. Yeah.
I can't say I know much about that city. Never been there. I hear it's wonderful though.
Yeah, it's really big. That there's so much tea. I mean, maybe it's just me because I
Tea
haven't...
or tea?
Sorry.
Did you say tea or tea?
There's too much tea. No.
Oh damn, that's a lot of tea.
We're gonna spill the tea. No, yes, there's a lot of tea as well. I actually hadn't tried tea before I went there.
Really?
Spencer, at this point, sort of Malon's sort of sitting down next to you, saying, "Them two saying that El TWL is a nice place. They're completely lying, aren't they?"
It's not great.
Yes, heard as much.
Especially not for the more
I understand.
looked down upon races.
Yes. My orders had their fair share of run-ins with El TWL. Considering the origins of that glowing white orb. Though, I believe that now is not exactly the time for jovial chatter, but it doesn't seem like we can do anything else whilst our invisible friends are on the tirade.
I love how our friends are like on the brink of being discovered and murdered, and we're just here chatting about tea.
Love some good tea.
See,
Has Daniels awakened from his charmedness?
It's been about, yeah, I'd say now, sort of, you start sort of starting to hear some like,
I'm just gonna look over and be like, "Oh, is he okay?"
I think it is the charm that has worn off. Do not worry, he is unharmed, though he might be a bit shocked.
Oh, okay.
Sort of expected. Humans are very fragile beings.
This coming from the half-elf.
This coming from the half-elf. Get out of here.
Well, you're only halfway to the human, aren't you?
Yeah, but who says that the other half is human?
Touche. What is the other half, if I may be so bold to ask?
It is
Frog.
Yes, it is frog. Thank you, Rory.
What an excellent way to dodge the question.
So you're half human, half frog. No, half elf and half frog.
You're not Naturalis anymore. You're not that stupid, John.
Yeah, you're not allowed to.
You're not allowed to have another stupid ass character, that's illegal.
Yeah, honestly.
What does that look like?
Mistral, really quickly, just saying. Malon seems to be slightly squinted-eyed, staring at you.
I'm just gonna awkwardly take my green cloak on my shoulders and just kind of like hold it up in my face. You know what his deal is? I say to Rory.
What is he just staring at Mistral?
Yeah, he's just staring.
Oh, he's a little bit strange.
Kind of like all of us.
Yeah,
Maybe he's trying to look for the froggy parts of me.
maybe. I think you hide them quite well.
What's your armor class?
Thank you. My armor.
Oh shit!
It's a
He
14.
doesn't like frogs apparently.
Okay, as this sort of, as you're holding it up, you don't see it coming, as sort of over it and hitting on the top of your head, this sort of twig bouncing off.
Hey, don't be frogist. Okay, this is abuse.
Frogs
Yes,
are
well, though I
adorable.
did give you a good bray the other day, and you're not meant to feed the animals either, so I do apologise.
I just make some very like lipstick in my Valentino white bag kind of noises.
I'm sorry, I'm an animal. Just saying.
No, you're part animal, but
Yes, but I'm a bird. She's also part animal. She's part.
these are all just face palms.
Listen, she's part animal, she's part bird, making her an animal. You're part
Look,
asshole, making you a
this
full
girl.
asshole.
Mistral, show him your toad jumps.
Oh yes, please do show me the toad jumps. I'm utterly. I can't even express how much I would love to see. As we all know, toad people can jump up to 3 times their own height. So I'm expecting big things.
I can't. Okay, well, I feel like jumping 3 times my own height might be a problem, considering we are supposed to try to be a bit stealthy.
I'm just gonna do you think I could lift Mistral?
Give me a strength check.
Okay, I'm gonna fly above her head, and what is my strength? My strength is -1. Okay, that's a 14.
Okay, so as you sort of begin, sort of grabbing on with your talons onto Mistral's shoulders, do you resist Mistral?
I do not.
Okay.
Embrace it.
Right. So, how high do you fly?
3 times my height.
Times Mistral's height.
Okay, so as you begin flying upwards, you're about to sort of make sure as you get a bit higher than expected, and sort of trying to correct yourself. What sort of your talon is sort of shuddering slightly under the weight as.
Oh god.
Oh no.
You're
gonna get shot by an arrow, aren't you?
As Mistral, you sort of with the quivering course, you slip out and begin free falling downwards.
Can Bolly turn into a bush and jump beneath her?
Yes.
You're just gonna cross Bolly, oh no.
It's okay, I'll be fine. Don't risk your bush.
You're just a little frog.
What? Let me just get Bolly's character sheet up.
No, please don't sacrifice Bolly. Not again.
If he dies to this, I swear I'll just leave.
Okay.
Even though it's my fault.
And oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh
so
no.
that is 10.
Please die, that'll be hilarious.
What is your character's weight?
My character's very light.
Your character
Considering her
is
considering her
holding
BMI.
89 pounds and weighs 120. So that makes you just over 200 pounds. And so that is how much damage?
Oh god. Why did I say this?
Because
It's
I
fine,
rolled
I think Bolly would
prematurely
actually do that.
with the weight. What is Bolly's strength?
Oh, this is a lot of math.
His strength is -2.
Oh god.
Oh god. I feel so bad now.
21.
Imagine if a god just sees a bird just carrying this arm just up into the sky.
Okay, Bolly
And just
takes
falling on a
28
bush.
points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh god.
As he failed the dexterity saving throw with a natural 1.
Oh no.
I am okay. He's not dead. And you do not take any damage from the fall, though. You have a few sticks stuck in your hair. But you're somewhat unfazed as you sort of land with a sort of a rustle and as underneath you is a sort of a tuft of ginger.
I'm gonna point to Milan, point to Bolly. You did this. Just remember that.
Yes. I'm gonna fly down quickly and pick up Bolly and
Okay,
kind of,
so as you do that, Malon walking over himself, sort of, he's sort of moving over to Bolly, with it holding his hand out as sort of this glowing green energy begins to amass around it, as he's sort of pressing his hands very gently onto Bolly, and you see some like the broken twigs and sort of the other things, sort of ripped leaves begin to mend themselves.
Am I still on Bolly while this is happening?
If you are, then you are moved. As Malon sort of
Bolly.
like, as you're sort of, he's sort of like holding his hand out for you to get up.
Thank you for the assistance.
As he's sort of now bending down to mend Bolly, he spends about 3 minutes doing that. And
Rory looks a little bit guilty the whole time. She just kind of stands there like, oh.
after about 3 minutes, like he receives about okay, he receives 18 points of healing from that, and he is continuing to heal. So I'm going to say after about 5 minutes, Bolly is fully healed.
Okay.
And sort of after that,
I'm gonna.
with
Can I
a
just
light
say-
pat on top of the ginger tuft, Malon sort of turns over to the rest of you, you two, Rory and Mr. and says, "Well, what did we learn?"
Well, I told you she could jump. I mean, that was pretty high.
Yes, it was incredibly high, and I'm incredibly proud of both of you. But I'm also very disappointed because you nearly killed your bush.
Yeah, I'm yeah.
I'm a
He's fine, aren't you, Bolly?
yeah.
I'm sorry, Bolly. When we get out of here, I'll get you some nice sunlight to photosynthesize with.
His eyes sort
for
of
him to nap in.
widen slightly as you see a few tears begin to prick the corners of his eyes.
Bolly, we might even find you a stimp.
He sort of tilts his bush head slightly. And by his bush head, I mean his entirety.
His entire body just sideways.
Okay. And now after that, we will... God's sake. You people are going to be the death of me.
Mm-mm.
We are going to return...
Not be-
give me a second. Thank you for interrupting me.
Again, I love how we're just doing like little. Well, look at this. I am part frog person. Gets help from.
Yes. My next drawing will be you, well,
Your
your character as a frog. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be
God.
beautiful.
Oh, guess you've got fish and chips.
Vanek, yes, he got fish and chips.
You're eating Fisker, that's so rude.
Yeah, Fishka, you a whole ass snack, what can I say?
Fucking 5-star
Oh,
meal.
Justin already knows, don't worry. Doesn't he, Fisker?
Haley,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
I'm actually
No,
sorry.
she's
sorry,
giving-
Paris. Sorry, Paris. I'm gonna have to postpone your drawing. First, it will be Fustin. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Can't believe
Hey,
you.
Fishka, are you not telling me something?
Ah.
I thought I was your boy. I thought we were tight. I thought we were close. I see how it is.
Been hiding it from you, Justin Bieber. No.
Oh gosh, that's hard.
Alia. Alia.
How dare you live?
Je hebt de skiet.
I don't know what that means.
Nothing nice.
Yeah, I gathered. It's
Alright.
okay. I forgive you.
Now back to the rest of yous, and by that I mean the two stooges.
What did you just call me?
Nothing. It was a compliment. Don't worry.
He called us the two Stooges.
See, I would be offended if I knew what Stooges meant.
Have you never
Two
seen?
Stooges are
Okay.
Naturalis has been reincarnated
like
as a
a-
dragonborn.
Sorry.
Naturalis
Ours
is the other kid.
Anyway,
aren't they like a slapstick duo or something?
off the point. What did you
Okay,
do?
well,
Naturalis, in this room, there's sort of this sort of black mist is slowly descending, and this blue tiefling is standing in the door.
can I make like an Arcana check to work out what the mist is?
Go ahead.
That would be there.
What?
There. I'm just finding it. 18.
18. Okay.
Ooh.
From your studies of the arcane, and by studies I mean not a whole lot, but
I mean,
you're a
I've done
sorcerer.
a bit. I've done a bit.
What is your intelligence again?
+2.
You've done a little bit of reading, but yeah. You recognizing the smell as something very it almost smells like decay. And it smells almost like, as you sort of breathe it in, it almost feels colder in your chest than it is in actuality.
Wait, sorry, I
okay.
zoned out. We're back to us now.
Mhm.
What happened?
We're with Naturalis at the moment, so don't worry.
Okay.
No, we aren't.
Ah!
He's been dead for 13
Okay, I got confused. I thought I was
years.
supposed to say something because no one was speaking.
No.
I was like,
No, sorry, my dad was yelling at me. Because I told him to be quiet. Yeah, okay. I would like to... What do I want to do with this? Do I have anything on me that I can, like... I don't know if that's smart. So as the thing goes to the floor, does it look like it's going to do anything?
The mist?
Yeah.
It hasn't reached the floor yet, so you wouldn't know. Would you like to wait until it does?
Sure. I'll do that.
Okay. We're going to switch on to Cyril now. So, Cyril, you're at the ladder. Are you going up? Cyril.
Wait, what?
Felix.
yes.
You are at the ladder. What are you doing?
I'm gonna climb up it.
Okay.
Where did the ladder come from? What?
I said it in the first description of the room.
Time.
I'm pretty sure I missed that because I wasn't.
He's not in the same room as you.
Oh, okay. I thought he came into the room I was in.
He did, but then he snuck out because the guy was coming.
That's
Anyway.
probably a smart thing to do.
Yeah. Anyway. Cyril, pardon me. Pardon me again. As you begin climbing your way up the ladder, it's quite quiet. It's not amazingly quiet, but you don't think the tiefling can hear it. You begin to notice that this room is a lot more barren, and it's sort of caked in dust. With
Okay.
it just seems open.
Is there nothing in it?
The room goes up into two different doors, both of which are sort of leaning against the wall next to the door frame.
Okay. But there's nothing in the actual room. It's just those.
At the
doors,
current
right?
room that you're in, you do not see anything. It's just very white room, sort of caked in dust.
Okay, I'll go through. I guess. I'll go through the furthest door. No, the nearest door first.
Okay. So walking into this nearest door, it is sort of. It's kind of like to the right-ish of where the door that you entered then left were Nataras's. And in it you see, well, you see sort of crouched almost on the floor is this black, tattered, cloaked figure with this, with these sort of, like, its cloak is sort of like almost flowing in a non-existent wind as it sort of seems to be crouched down towards the floor. This sort of, these sort of wisps of black smoke seem to be sort of funneling down into the floor as if there's like a sort of a almost like a suction. Its back is currently faced to you.
I'm going to look. Do I see anything else in the room, or is it just the weird guy?
You see a wardrobe, and you also see a box, a sort of crate.
Okay, I'm gonna look in the other room. Let me
Okay.
see what's in there.
In the other room, you see that there is sort of into the floor where it's sort of like bent in and cracked in, like it's been forced downwards, is a chest.
Okay, I'll open that chest if it's not locked.
Okay. You swing it open?
Well, quietly.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check.
Okay. That's a 21.
A 21, okay. As you slowly lift it up, as quickly, as quietly as you can, the hinge is not making a single noise, as you hear, and you hear a subtle begin emanating out of the sides of where this box is and out of a few of the floorboards.
Would I know what gas coming out of something sounds like, and if so, does it sound like that?
Yes.
Okay.
And you take,
Sure.
because you do not have anything covering your mouth, do you?
Is there any time after I hear it, before I stop, that I could...
Not
like,
really, as it is coming out of the
back
chest
in?
itself, and your small form, and you're trying to lift it up carefully. You're sort of leaning in quite
Okay,
close.
yeah. Okay, fair.
You do not take that much damage. You take 8, 9. You take 11 points of poison damage, and
Okay.
you have this strange feeling of nausea sort of coming around. Your sort of vision doubles slightly as sort of like the world starts almost spinning.
Okay.
Your movement is halved, and you have disadvantage on ranged attacks.
Okay.
And
I'm
you
gonna
have
go-
disadvantage on any concentration rolls you make.
Oh, would I have to roll a concentration roll to keep my concentration on invisibility for that, wouldn't I?
That you do.
Yes, okay, that's not good. Do I get the
Oh.
disadvantage on concentration now, or...
I would say not, because you took the
Okay.
damage and then it starts setting in. I'll be lenient with
Yeah,
it.
okay. No, that's what I thought, but yeah. Just checking. Oh, that's not good anyway, though. That's an 11.
An 11? What is the DC for those? I do forget.
Yeah, what's the DC for concentration? It's probably 12, I'm thinking, but hey, let's see.
Concentration DC 5E. Okay, 10 or half the damage you take, whichever number is higher. So the DC is 10, because half your damage would be lower. So
Yeah.
you do make the DC check.
Okay, phew.
So you stay invisible, but as this sort of as this hissing sound now coming out, you do hear this as you see this sort of black smoke begin emanating at a much faster pace around the floor of where you are.
Okay, what's happening with the guy in the other room?
In the other room, we'll
Yeah.
snap on back to Naturalis. Not Naturalis. I hate the fact I call him that.
Tereth.
Tereth.
Wait, have I reverted? I think
Huh? You have not
I zoned
reverted
out
from
for a second.
what,
Oh, okay.
invisibility?
Yeah, I zoned out for a second, sorry.
No, you have not.
No, I succeeded the save.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I am actually very happy.
So, you sort of, after examining this these tendrils for a second, you realise that they are actually aiming towards you.
Okay.
As they sort of begin slowly creeping towards you, as you hear above you and to the right this sort of faint hissing sound, as this, as then these tendrils begin lashing out, sort of whipping around the room. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I will do that. Let's say I got a 9.
A 9, okay.
Right, bad.
As one of these as you're sort of crouched down, one of these tendrils sort of just slicing across you as you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and you take 6 points of necrotic damage.
10 total. Alright.
Yes.
Does the guy like notice me? Do I make like any audible...
You do make an audible gasp, which does notify this guy of your presence, though he does not exactly pinpoint you just yet. As he just sort of like now whipping out, sort of brandishing his 2 curved swords, sort of. Right, I fucking knew there was someone in here. How about you come out your fancy magic and fight like an actual fucking person? As he's sort of flourishing these 2 swords.
I am going to move actually, seeing as he hasn't got my location, I'm just gonna try and stay clear. And wait, has he moved out of the doorway?
No.
Okay. Can I get like a small thing from in my kit? I'm not really sure what I have exactly, but like maybe like a stone that I might have or something, and throw it across the room.
What do you have in your
away.
inventory?
Well, equipment. I only have my thing hasn't been like updated with equipment. My D&D Beyond character sheet. Oh, actually, I'll take a silver piece and throw it.
Huh. Okay. We have to fix that, but oh well. As you sort of grabbing a silver piece, you chuck it over there. Make a I'm gonna have him make an intelligence check.
Can I make
It's
like
not-
a sleight of hand to make it like so he doesn't see?
Sure, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Yeah, well,
That's fucking
that
amazing.
certainly changes the DC of this roll. As you sort of flick it to the side, as you see him with his 2 swords, sort of one sword in a sort of a backwards grip and the other one in a forward. So you sort of see him almost spinning as he sort of takes 2 slashes towards where you threw the thing. You see him take a step forward as well. He is no longer completely blocking the
I'm gonna try and slip past him.
Okay, give me a dexterity check.
Just straight dexterity.
Yeah.
That's a 3.
Okay. As you begin walking past, you begin trying to sneak past. You sort of bump yourself into him. He stumbles forward slightly and makes a wild swash towards you. And fucking dice.
He can't see me, so does he get like disadvantage?
He does. Which I would have rolled with if I didn't drop the dice. Alright, let's try that one again. Alright. Okay, that was a 4 and then a 2. As he sort of taking one wild swing behind him as you quickly ducking underneath it as it sort of gets stuck slightly in a wooden in the wood of the door frame as he sort of pulls it out. He's like, right, where the fuck are you? And he's just sort of he's going to try and give chase to you. But
yeah.
Anyway, you are out of the
Nice.
Where are you going?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I will try and go to. So wait, what are the rooms? There's the one on the right, which I think I knew. Felix
So
went
to you
into.
now, there's the one that is open that you think Cyril went into. There's one on the one on your left, which is closed, and there's one ahead of you where it is just the front door, and there is a ladder in the corner.
I am gonna go into the one Cyril went into and go into the corner. How much time has passed?
During this,
since invisibility.
since a bit, it's difficult to say. You think about half an hour, maybe more.
Okay, so we've probably got to get out soon.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen any cloaks yet.
So
The guy's just looking around for me, right?
yes. I'm going to have you give me a stealth check with advantage, considering. Actually, no, just a stealth check at Blaine to do with the noise they make.
Okay. Stealth. Be good. 11. It's not very good.
11. It's enough. Because this is going on his passive perception, I'd say. Because he can't actively look for an invisible person.
Alright, nice.
You head into this room full of these sort of triple layered bunk beds.
Sorry about my brother laughing
fine.
luckily in the background. So you said before there was a chest at the bottom of each bed.
A few of them.
Did Felix take the cloak that was in there?
No, you see it on the rack. There is a cloak that is hung up.
And the guy's the guy's not in this room, is he?
Not currently, no.
In that case, I will grab the cloak and put it in my bag.
Okay.
It becomes invisible, right? I think.
Not sure.
No, it doesn't.
Really?
Oh, actually, maybe if you put it in your bag, it might. I don't know.
The object become invisible when it does invisible.
I thought it was
Until the spell ends, anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it's on the target person. Alternate type of person, at the time the spell cast becomes invisible. Except what I'm sure of this. Considering of the rolling I had with One moment.
I don't know. The things if he's putting it inside something that's invisible, maybe it's different. But
I'm going to say I'll rule it the same way I did Cyril, and that if it is not with you while cast, it is it is not invisible.
But if I put it inside my invisible bag.
Then it looks like it's floating.
Okay. In which case, I'll put it back up on the thing.
The cloak. Okay. All right. Cyril, what are you doing? You sort of now this sort of rolling smoke is now coming out and is sort of stomping the floor. You see like this sort of this sort of gas is still being pushed out.
I'm looking at the guy there who was in the other room.
You cannot see him.
See what's going on with him. You can't.
Unless you've left that room you were previously in.
Oh, okay. I was imagining that this was like a small like closet room with just a chest in. Okay, I'm going to leave the room and then look at him.
Okay.
There wasn't anything else in that room, was there?
Not really. It was just the chest that was sunk into the floor.
There wasn't anything in the chest. It was just the gas, right?
You did not have time to look, really.
Oh, didn't I? Okay. I assumed because I didn't get to move back before the smoke came out, I would have been able to look in.
This is sort of like not very long had happened between that time. You weren't just sat there in the smoke for ages. You got by the smoke, coughing, spluttering. I'm assuming you sort of taking a few steps back.
Yeah, okay.
As you inhale it.
Can I not see from over here?
Give me a perception check with disadvantage considering your current ailment.
Okay.
I'm just trying to
That
see into
is
something that's currently smoke.
8.
8. You can't make anything out.
Also, what do I see if I use my good boy vision?
Your good boy vision, the smoke that is sort of rolling inwards from everywhere almost at this point is incredibly necrotic.
Okay. Is there anything in the chest, or is that just...
You couldn't see. Nothing with your good boy vision.
Okay, I'm going to leave the room and go over to and see what the other guy is doing.
Okay. As you begin exiting the room, sort of looking over at the when the other guy is sort of squinting slightly as you try and sit and piece it out in this now rolling smoke. And give me a Constitution saving throw.
Fucking hell. I rolled a 2, that's a 4.
Okay. As you sort of trying to steady your breathing because of your current ailment, you begin breathing in this black smoke. As you do, you take...
Oh wait, it's in the other room too?
Yeah, it's beginning to come out of this room. This is where it seems to be emanating from. The stuff that was... You can't tell what colour the gas was that poisoned you in the first place, but you do know after it happened, this sort of whispering came from what you assume to be that creature that you saw, and this sort of gas began sort of trembling in.
Okay. So, yeah, okay, what happens? I rolled a 4 for the thing.
So you rolled a 4. So you take 8. Okay, you take 11 points of necrotic damage.
Nah, fuck, this isn't good. I'm just gonna slowly lose all my health to gases. Okay.
Well, by the way, that was a very obvious trap. The DC, if you chose to look for traps, the DC was like I think it was 11 or 12. Anyway.
Yeah, I just didn't really expect there to be traps in the like middle of the guard outpost.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
No, yeah, it is fair enough. So
yeah,
as you begin inhaling, you immediately begin coughing. As now this sort of whispering begins building in your ears.
Oh, do I need to make another con save as well for the invisibility?
You do need to make a concentration check, yeah.
Okay, that's good enough. That's 14.
Okay. How much damage did you take again? It was okay, no. It was 11.
Yeah,
so that's fine.
that's enough.
I'm going to go to what was I gonna say?
Get out.
Oh yeah, what's the guy doing now?
Guy, you cannot see
I
him
hear
through
the
the smoke.
whispering.
You can make a perception check if
Okay.
you want.
I'm gonna try and get out of the smoke then.
Okay. So backing up, you see it still creeping towards you as you back up towards the ladder.
Can I not see him through the smoke? Is the smoke too
Not
thick?
easily. If you want to make a perception check, you can, but it's going to be a
Okay.
disadvantage because it's in smoke and it's.
That's
the
a
vision's blurred.
6.
6. You can't notice anything.
Okay, I'm gonna go down the ladder.
Okay. As you begin going down the ladder, you see the blue tiefling now sort of frantically looking, both swords drawn. You see him sort of swiping at the air at a few places in the corners. Make me a
Can I
no, actually not.
Can I press the digitate at him to make him hear something from outside?
Prestidigitation
that
is
clear
not.
my
That would be more
invisibility?
thaumaturgy.
Well, one of the effects is create a harmless sensory effect.
Yes, but making it sound like it's from outside is quite complex.
Okay.
That would be more thaumaturgy style.
Okay. I'm going to Okay, I'm gonna make. Can I make him feel a tap on? Which way is he facing at the moment?
Currently, he is sort of facing his sort of left side is towards you.
Okay, where's his front facing?
His front is currently facing the closed door as he seems to be heading towards it.
Okay, I'm gonna come down and go towards the open door, the one that John's in at the moment.
Which one is he in?
The right one, is it? The one where I found the sword. I'm going back there to get the cloak.
Okay. Good metagaming and reasoning for it, alright?
No, that's what. Cyril's not going in there to find.
I know.
Find Gareth. He's going in there to get the cloak and get out of it.
Okay.
Hope that
But that means we only get one cloak.
Yeah, but he's thinking, okay, this has been a failure. I better just cut my losses and get out before I get killed by this guy and this weird smoke.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh,
As you sort of heading in, you see again still hanging up is the cloak. He's muted. John, what are you doing?
Hi, I'm back. Hi, my dad came in with dinner. Can I? I'm gonna go over to the cloak and pick it up, I guess.
Okay.
Let me think. Actually, let me think. Let's go over to John. I'm gonna think about what I want to do actually. Before...
All right, John. You sort of.
Well, if he
You're-
grabs the cloak, then I'll know he's there. Can I
Yeah.
make a perception check to see if I can see him? Yeah.
He's invisible. You can't
Mhm.
see him.
Hear him. Or can you make what's? Does his stealth check beat my passive perception?
Invisibility.
Actually, no. I'm gonna go in and pick it up. Actually.
Okay, well I'll see that.
You do notice that, yes.
So as I see that, I kind of go and like tap his arm behind where it is, and I'll say, "Did you find any more?" Quietly, very quietly.
When you touch me, you feel me kind of jerk a bit, and then realize that it's you, and say very quietly, no, but there's some weird black magic smoke that is not nice to be in coming from upstairs. We should just take this one and leave. Or if there are any others in here, can you see any others?
There's still the other... No. There's still the other 2 doors.
There is the other chest in this room.
Oh, okay. I haven't checked this chest. I'll go over and quietly open
It
it.
is locked.
Oh, okay. Can I lockpick? I
Do
don't
you
know
have
if I
any
have
thieves'
thieves'
tools?
No, I don't. Can you lockpick this chest?
No, I'm not proficient. I'm not proficient in that.
Thieves' tools.
Proficient is a word outside of proficiency.
No, I know. I just find it funny.
Okay then. I want to try and check the other 2 doors. So, when you leave, can you set off some sort of bang outside that the guy will come to, and then I can go through one of the doors?
I don't know if I could. No, I don't believe that I could do something like that.
Can't make like a big bang or nothing?
No, not really. I'll be out of juice after I cast invisibility again.
Oh. Okay, in that case.
In that case?
In that case, I guess. Maybe try and make a do you think there's any way you could distract the person? Like, could you, like, knock over something or make a loud noise?
I could, anything that I could do would break invisibility, so...
Well, if you bang 2 things together, yeah, so... Maybe, yeah.
Well, bang 2 things together would count as me attacking one thing with another thing, surely, and that would break invisibility.
Would it?
It's an action where
Would
you
it?
are trying to do something that has enough of effect to count as an action, and therefore it's a physical action, and therefore it would mean you would have to retake your concentration.
Oh, wait, I know what I could do.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, I know. I could make a loud noise, then recast it immediately, but he wouldn't, be able to, I don't know how to say what I mean, he would be able to see us in the moment while I'm doing it, so that probably wouldn't work, actually.
How long is the casting time for invisibility?
I think it's just instantaneous. But it has verbal and somatic, so it'd be however long it takes me to say whatever the word is.
Yeah, and you saying the words would bring attention.
Wait 1 second, I'm trying to find it again. Okay, there we go. I'm going... are there any windows or anything? I'm guessing not.
There are a few small sort of holes in the side. Not really enough for... It might be a little bit of a struggle to get through them with your bag, but... Yeah.
If I put my bag through first and then climb through, would they?
I think parting with
They'd
an
be
object
alright.
makes it lose its visibility, does it?
Well, yeah, but I could put my, yeah, it would, but I could hold the strap of my bag, put it through, and then come through with, like, my arm first, if you see what I mean.
You'd have to... That'd be a check or 2, but yeah, you could try it.
Okay.
Or, well, it would be 1 check, but a higher DC.
Yeah.
To try and get out, not using the door.
I mean, it's not very hard to hold a bag while trying to climb through.
Yeah, but
Like, it's got
the
a
problem
strap I
is
can
if
hold on.
it, with the added weight that you're holding, if you fall forward, sort of thing.
Oh, okay. I go, but I mean, it wouldn't matter much if I fell over forward through the window.
I mean,
like,
it'd make a sound and you don't know what's out there.
True. I mean, I can look through first. I'll look through one of the windows first.
Which one? There's about 3 currently.
Which is closest to where the rest of the party is.
In the same direction is the one on the left.
Okay, then that one.
Okay, so poking your head through, you see that it's about 5, maybe 8, 10 feet away from the group of guards that are sort of sitting and smoking.
Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna look through one of the other ones and see if that one's a bit further.
You see this one's a bit sort of higher up on it, sort of having to sort of like climb up something to get a better view out of it, but you see that this one is doesn't have as many people around it. You see a few people who are sort of walking by, but yeah.
Okay. I'll look through the third one and see what's through that, but then yeah.
Looking through the third one, you see this is out the back, essentially. So this is through the storage room and out the back.
Okay.
You see, sort of poking your head out, you see 2 sort of chained up hounds with sort of black matted
Okay.
fur and sort of
Okay, I'm gonna
one-
go through the second one.
Okay. Give me a dexterity check.
Yeah, Mom?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and climb through. What do I need to roll? Is it dex,
Dexterity
right?
check, yeah.
No, that's not good. That's a 9.
Okay, so as you sort of are beginning to sort of push through, you're sort of holding your bag out as sort of like the weight of it all sort of weighing slightly your arm as your arm begins to quiver and bend. As you sort of bring yourself out, you sort of get to the point where you're sort of straddling the window with most of your body out as you sort of fall back, your foot sort of kicking up as sort of a few of the things on the side of the sort of thing you kick that you stood on to get up sort of get kicked and knocked onto the floor as you fall backwards and land with a thud outside. You don't know whether you've been noticed or not, but it was quite loud.
Okay, I'm gonna look around and see what the people around me are doing.
You see a few people who are sort of like, who seem to be getting up, sort of, a few people sort of swinging a crossbow around, and sort of like looking about.
Oh, by the way, I would have sorry, I forgot to say this, but before I went through, I would have recast invisibility, so the cloak I'm carrying is also invisible.
You did not say that.
Oh, okay. Well,
And
I
as
had
their
already
eyes
said
sort of
that I
fixate
planned
on the
to-
sword and the cloak.
I mean, I had already said that I planned to recast.
Yeah, but
I
you
just
didn't say that you did.
say
That's
it
that's my
specifically.
problem with that.
Okay.
Alright, there's not many. You see about 2 people currently. One person who's a bit higher on the rafters, and another person who is sort of just walking by, who's now sort of pointing a crossbow.
Okay, I'm just gonna sprint for it then. Sprint back to the guys.
Okay. Get.
And I'm gonna like ball up the cloak as I'm running to try and make it easier to kind of hide it.
Okay. And you're running in the direction of the guys, right?
Yeah.
Alright, as you sort of begin running, one of the people who is looking at you sort of like, "Hey, wait! Stop that! Club!" And he, a few people are gonna try and shoot at you. Does a 14 hit your armor class?
Meets it, beats it, but I'm gonna cast shield.
Okay. Does an 18 hit your armor class?
Not with shield.
Okay. And those other 2 definitely don't. So as you sort of begin running, so you sort of like a few arrows sort of whizzing. You hear the sound as this sort of burst of eldritch sort of like arc sort of coming around and sort of blocking both of the shots.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of behind your head as two others sort of like whiz over the top of your head. You are going to begin sprinting. Okay, Naturalis, what are you doing? Not Naturalis. God's sake, John, your profile picture makes me think Naturalis so much.
Why?
I don't know. I just sort of associated it with it.
Fair enough.
Also, I use dash action, of course.
Of course, yeah.
How? Wait. So the guy left after Cyril made a bunch of noise, right?
You do hear him sort of scrambling and sort of burst open the door and begin running out, and you hear a few orders being barked.
Okay. Can I try and go through one of the other doors?
Okay. Go to the other door that you haven't seen. Opening it carefully, nonchalantly. What?
Yeah, stealthily.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay, sleight of hand, sleight of hand, sleight of hand. There we go. That's a 7.
7, okay. As you sort of open it, it sort of creaks open. As you now see what looks to be some form of kitchen.
Okay,
You sort of see a few counters, a few sort of like...
Wait, there were 2 rooms I didn't go into, right?
No, you went into both.
I thought there was one locked door. So it's just a kitchen.
The kitchen was the closed door. There are three rooms that are currently invisibility.
Invisible what?
Invisibility. So you're in your visible range.
Okay, so wait. The ones that I remember seeing is there was on the main room there was the one door forward.
Mm-hmm.
One door. Okay, yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. So is there anywhere we haven't actually gone?
You haven't been up the ladder, and you haven't been in this room you're currently in.
Okay, I will go up the ladder then, I guess.
Okay. As you begin heading up the ladder, for a second your vision goes slightly black. I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. That's a 7.
A 7. Okay. Give me a second. Put that down there real briefly.
Just go in and instantaneously die.
Character info. Characters. As your vision goes black, for a brief moment you find yourself in a strange dust-filled room. The air sort of filled with different dust particles you see coming through 2 ornate windows. A sort of white light just coming through. And looking around trying to figure out what's happened, you hear crying.
Oh no.
Coming ahead of you, this door that's ornamented with different, like, sort of depictions of dragons.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I will head towards the door warily.
Okay. As you begin walking up to the door, the crying begins sounding more familiar. It's female. You don't know why, but it tears at your heart.
Yeah, okay. I don't like this, but...
Do you open it?
Yes.
As you open the door, you see a crumpled figure of a blue dragonborn in a silken dress. This sort of partial circlet over her head, and sort of almost sort of delicate claws, or some stained with sort of what seems to be from working with plants. You see a form you do not think you would see. You see Sarmenti.
Oh, fucking hell. I will run towards her and embrace her.
As you run towards, sort of throwing all caution to the wind, you sort of crush on as well to embrace her as if she was never there, this sort of puff of smoke that's slightly coloured differently. As you now hear the voice, just so faintly, of, "Where are you going?" As you see to the left, you see Sarmenti again. She looks like she's beckoning you. And she sort of takes off in a playful jog.
Follow.
Okay. Trying to keep up, you follow her as through this room that you didn't think was this long, as you're suddenly in this triangular place, this sort of room with these sort of 4 triangular walls, almost as if you're in a pyramid. You see her sort of standing at this strange, almost altar. This sort of bas-relief-esque altar that she simply looks upwards towards and then falls to her knees.
I will probably run towards her again and try and work out like.
Okay, as you run towards again, slightly more curious this time, but still running towards, you immediately notice that she's not there. You're in this place as you begin to feel this warm sensation beginning at your feet and slowly rising up.
Oh no. I am gonna be. I'm gonna try and get out. I don't know what's happening.
Give me a strength check to try and sort of break out.
Wow, my amazing. I got an 18.
Okay.
It was just about to head past 0.
Break. You sort of like forcing your feet to move. You sort of start slowly walking down, like towards the other, in the other direction. This sort of long corridor ahead of you. Alright, give me another wisdom saving throw.
I will do that. That is a 7.
Okay. As you keep going, this creeping sensation of warmth keeps going up, now slipping past your hips and starting to come up your chest. As you continue to try and force yourself to move, you make it about a quarter way until your vision is overtaken by darkness. Cyril, what are you doing? Cyril,
He seems to be being talked
hi.
to.
My dad was talking to me.
That's fine. You are still running, sort of
what's
trying to
happening
keep
now?
these two items you have with you safe with you. Are you going directly back to the group, or are you trying to lose your pursuers?
I'm trying to lose my pursuers.
You've got about 5 people chasing behind you. Your goblinoid's speed being relatively good, but you're still being tailed. You sort of now hear in the distance sort of this sort of horn being sounded.
Okay. What do I do to lose them? I'm gonna just run around and try and try and hide my
Wait, what kind of terrain is this? Is it like rocks and stuff? Or like,
There are a few stray rocks, but currently it's more like the large wooden towers and other things like that, and like piles of timber and like some like large bonfires.
Okay, I'm going to I'm gonna. What are the walls like?
The walls, so
Renegade, right? So.
where you are currently, you're almost in the middle. You could make your way towards the walls, but
Yeah. And like, are they what are they kind of like? Are they just like normal cave walls?
yeah, pretty normal cave walls. Some of them are a bit more jagged. Some of them have these sort of like fungal growths coming out the side. Some of them have like this sort of vine-esque fungal mycelium that's sort of carved into the wall.
Okay. I'm going to just try and get. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get to the walls, and then I'm gonna try and like find like a crevice or like a kind of crack or something, like kind of bit where the wall kind of like bulges out or like goes in, and like hide behind that.
Yeah, a few of them are going to try and take a pot shot, but neither of them hits. Alright, give me a stealth check. And you do have invisibility still. Actually, no, yeah, because you didn't get hit, so you do not need to make a concentration check.
No, I don't. Do I need to make a stealth check though?
Stealth check just with sound, really.
Okay.
It's a much higher DC than your original normal stealth, don't worry about it.
That is a 10.
A 10? Okay. So you managed to sort of lose about 3 of them. You still see one sort of that's still in the area.
Okay. I guess I'll like I'll like stay here for a while and wait for him to like leave.
You wait about 5 minutes and he seems to give up and walk back.
Okay. I've probably only got like 10 minutes left on my stealth now, right?
Yeah, you've got about 5-10 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna make my way back to the people now, keeping the like trying to stay stealthy and keeping the stuff near the wall so that they don't see it as easily.
Okay. So you sort of continue your way, sort of like towards the end your invisibility does wear off, but you are at the sort of more quieter areas. You do notice there are a lot more people running about, and the sort of treants now are sort of a good few of them are moving upwards towards.
I'm gonna put on the cloak.
Okay. Sort of like swinging the cloak over you, it sort of is dragging down on the floor behind you. It's entirely too big.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway, as you sort of make it back, everyone else with the exception of Tereth, you see a short, cloaked figure wearing one of those cloaks.
I guess it's our time now.
As I come up to them, when I see them, I like pull my hood pull the hood of the cloak down, and say, "That did not go well.
Where is Tereth?
The leader was in the barracks, and we managed to sneak past him and check out some of the rooms in there, but then but then in one of the rooms there was one of their chests was trapped for some reason. Wasn't looking for traps. I didn't think they would trap a chest in the middle of their own stronghold, This gas leaked out, so I had to run, and Terrace was behind me in the room, and I climbed out of the window. I was holding stuff so he could see where I was. He knew where I was. I assumed he would have followed me, but then when I was climbing out the window, I fell, and the guards started chasing me.
Leah, could you
I've
please
managed
move
to
the
lose
mic
them,
if you're
though.
going to be eating an entire
I'm not
Haribo's?
eating.
Like, what are
Oh,
you
sorry,
doing?
no, I'm fiddling with my dice bag.
Oh, okay. I was
Why
like,
did you
Aaliyah's thing was lighting up as that was happening. I do apologize. I assumed it was Aaliyah. Karen.
Yeah, I managed to lose them before I came here, though. He will, well, his invisibility should have lasted him till about a minute ago. He still has, I think he still has magic left, so he can cast it on himself again if when it runs out, I believe. So he shouldn't be in too much trouble. They only noticed me, not him, so...
Well, that is troubling news. Though we do have one of those cloaks, so that's better than nothing, though I don't think this was entirely worth it. You said their leader was there? The cloaked figure?
He was... well, I assume he was their leader. He had much more of that elegant, cloak, and he had some armor on as well. He was a blue tiefling with, well, there was like he had a dark, had an aura of dark magic around him. Wait, was the aura of dark magic around him, or was it just around the building as a whole? Okay, that was just the whole.
It was coming out of the building.
Yeah.
A blue tiefling with curly horns and like to fight with daggers.
Didn't Daniel
I didn't.
mention
well,
something about that?
Daniels
you
did say
mentioned
something about
him.
that.
He did have daggers, yes. Yes.
Did he recognize, well, not recognize, but was he aware of your presence?
Well, he was aware of our presence. Yes, but he didn't really. He seemed to think it was just one of his subordinates playing a trick on him or something, until the end when the rest of the guards noticed.
According to the watcher that we kind of like caught, you know, Daniel's back there. This tiefling is quite close. Hey, Daniels, how's it hanging? Be with you in a minute, there, bud.
Worn off now. What's he thinking about that?
That's what he's thinking.
He's thinking about that. Sounds about right. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, according to Daniels, that blue tiefling he speaks directly to the boss. So if he knows there's someone here that shouldn't be here, I reckon the boss will know pretty soon as well.
Yes, this isn't good. Wait, actually, how long is a short rest? I can't remember if it's an hour or 4. Okay. I suggest that we try and lay low for a bit for me to recover my magic. And then, and hopefully the Terrace will find his way back here, and, because if we move, it might, be hard for him to find us again, and that would not be good. And, if I can get my magic back, I can be a lot more useful than if I'm just a goblin with a sword.
Well, I suppose we don't have any choice. Though we did hear that alarm, I fear that our incursion is going to be a lot less surprising and a lot more perilous. Though, nonetheless, I do agree you should attempt to regain your strength, and we need to wait for Tereth.
Should we put out the fire to kind of like increase visibility of us?
Definitely be a good idea.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just gonna turn around and shout to Daniels. Oh, sorry, Daniels. You might be a bit chilly.
Stop her.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
shout like that loud.
A fucking bird shriek in the middle of a cave. Just
What was that, Daniels? I didn't hear that. Huh?
Should we go talk to him, kind of see where his head's at now that the charm has kind of worn off?
Yes, that might be a good idea.
Any volunteers who wish to accompany me?
Yeah, I will come.
Right.
I think I will.
Should we be using that cave that we have Daniels in as a way of keeping out of sight?
That'd be a good idea.
Yes, probably.
Right.
How big is the cave? Could we all kind of like fit in there? Would we have to like kind of
You could all fit in there. It'd be like a bus trip, but yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So
Yeah, me and Mistral will.
Be right back.
So yeah, you and Mistral and sort of Malon following, sort of somewhat behind, and I'm assuming the others as well. You just sort of hear inside the cave just.
I'm gonna sit him upright because I remember we laid him down.
You sort of sit him up and you sort of realise that he's kind of like really uncomfortable on his knees because of the way he's tied up.
Oh, oops. I put it back down.
Sort of Milan sort of saying, yes, a slight problem with that one. It's not exactly easy to have a conversation with someone like that when they're tied up like that. Though that's not usually the aim of that time, not.
We are going to discuss this later because I have many questions. But for now, I'm going to slowly remove that gag out of his mouth, and if he starts like yelling for help or something, then I'll just like immediately put it back in.
Okay. You sort of like. What the fuck?
Hi, hey there, buddy. How are you feeling?
What the?
Yes.
Hi, Daniels. I'm Rory.
Yeah, this is Rory, my colleague.
Yeah,
I talked to you earlier, but yeah.
Why am I
How are
tied up?
you?
Why am I tied up? I'm stuck.
Isn't it part of the training exercise? Didn't you say?
It is.
Mistral?
I
Yeah.
did. I told you
You're
it
doing
was
so
part of the training.
well.
What the fuck?
You're doing
Yes.
so well, Daniels.
Me a persuasion check.
Who?
Me?
Yes, you.
Okay.
I'm back.
That is a. What is my persuasion? +1. Okay, that's a 15.
Almost sad because mine is a +5.
He sort of calms down slightly, like, that was real.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
thought that was. I'm really confused.
Just like maybe like another couple hours, and you'll be done. And yeah.
Yeah,
just-
we.
I think I'm actually needed. I think
Oh,
I do
no,
have
no.
things I need to do. Have you spoken to my boss about this?
Oh yes. He's completely approved everything about it, and he's very, very proud of you. You know, he might even promote you tomorrow.
He actually hand selected you.
Deception check with disadvantage. Just a flat deception check.
13 and 4. Wait.
You know,
I
you don't
need to-
have disadvantage. That was a joke.
Oh, I don't have disadvantage. Okay.
13.
So that's 50. Wait, did I get 13? No,
13.
that's,
Yeah, plus your.
that's 14. Sorry. 14.
Fuck's sake. God damn, this guy is so fucking like.
He's so dumb.
Okay. Sorry, I was panicking there for a second. Wow.
We actually came here to check on you, see how you're coping, if you have any
Yeah.
questions.
I do have a few questions.
Hmm.
Why am I turning like this?
Well, you see, this is to increase your you know, when you're in this kind of situation
Flexibility.
in the future, if
Ow.
exactly, and then you can you know, learn to be okay with being tied up.
As for
You know.
this particular position, that was the boss's choice.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I believe that was your decision.
Just to tie him up. I didn't say tie him up like that.
I do not understand what you're referring to. You told me to tie him up in a way that he would not easily escape.
I mean, I don't remember saying that, but I probably did. So I'll take your word for it.
Why am I doing this, Blitz?
Why did you tie him up in that particular position? That's not there.
But this embedded bodied voice of Teneth says.
Yeah.
Right.
You're like, what?
Right,
but
so
like-
that's why you're. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no. Doesn't matter.
He's not there.
I'm not there, therefore.
Ignore John. Just ignore John. Alright.
Exactly.
Any other questions you'd like to know about in general?
Yes. Yeah, we're here to help you.
you
You know,
could you
develop your
tie me?
skills. Oh,
No.
no. We're helping you by tying you up, by training you for if you're in this situation in the future, you know, so that you don't lose your mind or whatever
Shouldn't
while
you
you're
be telling me
tied up
how to
for
get
hours.
out of these?
You see, that will come with time, Daniels. You know,
Then when you're older.
yeah, you'll learn that when you're older, okay?
Oh.
This is the first step in your journey.
I hope this doesn't awaken anything in you.
I mean, it's comfortable.
Oh, that's good. You're already accepting the ropes.
They are
okay?
meant to be comfortable.
Right, so
To a degree.
we would have actually untied you, but you remember you heard the horn earlier. Did we hear the horn?
Yes, you did.
I think I did, yeah.
Right. So as you can see, we're having a bit of an incident down here. That's why we can't let you go just of yet, because it would put you in harm's way. We
Yeah,
need to
we
first
would-
find this threat.
We
Oh,
really
that
don't
was a
want to
threat.
put you in danger,
That's
okay?
a threat.
This is
Oh
all
my
for your best interest.
So what I need to ask is,
Yeah.
from your point of view, if that particular sound of the horn were to go off, what would it represent? Again, pop quiz to test that you know the stuff from Training Academy.
Oh, right, yeah. We didn't go to academy. We sat down and he killed a few people in front of us and said work for us. But he said that.
That's what we meant. by
That,
training academy, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, academies are really weird nowadays. Anyway, that one I'm pretty sure it means it's either dinner or that we all have to prepare for Plan B.
What's Plan B?
Oh,
Yes, pop quiz.
right, yeah.
Remember?
Give me a persuasion check.
Who?
Either.
I'll do it. I have
You can do it, Mr.
proficiency.
Yeah. You'd probably be better.
Not that much better. 16.
Oh shit.
This die is cursed.
Oh shit.
It's a natural 2.
It's just embodied the power
one's
of Daniel.
that one, yeah. This is the Daniel's dice.
Guys,
Honestly,
my
It's going
computer
into dice jail.
has
honestly.
frozen.
Anyway.
My computer's
Bruh. Anyway,
It's almost like she
he
froze.
sort of goes, well, plan B is when they take all the triads, find who's attacking us, set them on fire, and then make them run at them.
Mm-hmm. Is there any kind of signal to be like, oh, false alarm?
I don't know. It might be that, or it might just be, dinner.
I mean, dinner's not supposed to be for like another half hour.
Yeah, but it could be like they made it. Like they started it too early. Maybe they put it in like slow cooker,
maybe.
like a hour beforehand. You know how it is.
Speaking of, how are you? Are you hungry? You've been here for a while.
I'm quite peckish. Yeah, I did eat breakfast, but my dad used to make me breakfast because he made it better than the cooks did. But he's dead.
Oh, so you just don't eat breakfast now?
Yeah, breakfast reminds me of that he's dead.
Yowzers.
That's such a great reason not to eat breakfast.
Do I have any food on me?
Yeah, he's got about a day's worth of rations.
Can I give him some?
Sure, I mean, he's tied up, but you could feed him.
What's in a ration pack?
Some like so a ration pack has got like some sort of smoked meat, some sort of crackers, sort of like and you've got like a water skin with it.
Okay, I'm gonna feed him cracker with some smoked meat on it. Open wide! Here comes the airplane.
Oh, my mom
I don't know
used
why.
to go.
How's it taste? It's good, right?
It's very dry.
I think they're about a day old or so. It's, famine and all that. Food's hard to come by. Is
He sort of,
at least still
he sort of-
frozen.
Yeah, he sort of like swallows it and says, "Oh God, it's really dry.
Do you want some water with that?
I would love some."
You can have some water and just funnel it into his mouth.
Yeah, he gets a bit on his chin, but yeah, he's. Otherwise,
Oh,
I
guys, be right back.
okay.
Meanwhile, I am dying in a cave and none of you know about it.
Let's see if you turn up in about an hour. It's all fine.
Oh, fine.
We're all dying in a cave.
Is Leah still frozen for you guys or just me?
Yeah, Leah's still frozen.
Okay, just checking.
Anyway, so yeah, he gets a bit of the water on his chin, and he's thank you.
So no
Is
problem.
he
Do you want
eating
some-
lying down?
He's
Yeah.
tied up on his side.
What does this tie look like exactly?
Don't make me look this up.
There's an image in the images page.
Is there?
The one that Spencer drew.
Oh,
Yeah, but
right.
it's not the right. It's not like the exact
Basically, his
knot.
hands are tied to his ankles. I'm assuming.
Like,
Yeah,
the
so-
elbows are tied together, the knees are tied together, the ankles are tied together.
And the elbows are tied together, and
That's what the first thing I said.
oh, I can hear. And so the other ones on his hands and his arms are also sort of going around his chest a bit, and yeah.
Definitely know what he does in his spare time.
That's the joke.
I'm aware of that.
That is literally
Right.
the joke that me and Paris came up with, but yeah.
Yes, you did.
It already didn't take much convincing for you to make it canon.
I've made a lot more worse things canon, I'm gonna be honest. There were two examples, one of which you have not met yet, and another
Okay.
of which you have not met yet, and then there's Bolly.
Quality's
And
not that
then
bad.
Wally.
But yeah, he's sort of just now sort of kind of smiling slightly. He's like, so I don't know, I'm kind of confused.
Yes.
Why aren't you like doing a whole like wide range of training? Why are you like here with me?
Oh, remember when my colleague mentioned that we spoke to your boss to like, get everything approved,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So I understand we can't do this to everybody because that would like
You
slow
wouldn't
down
have enough rope.
production. We wouldn't have enough rope, exactly. We'd miss an entire day's worth of production for making that thing over there. So we spoke to your boss, asked him like if he had any like people he recommended, anything he had in mind, and you were one of the people that popped up.
Okay.
I hope that answers your question.
Can he speak? I've never heard him speak. I honestly, I don't know.
No, we didn't hear him speak either. We just sent a messenger down with a message, like a little note. He wrote a note back, gave us a reply. And that's just
And the
end of
messages
transaction.
survived?
No. They sent us a new one back.
Yeah, I
Oh,
made
okay.
everyone my friend. Alright.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Actually, do you want the gag? You know, do you want to wear it or should we take it off? I never thought I'd ever have to say that sentence in my life.
Do you want the gag or not? How can I top that? How can I top that fucking Malon, okay, yeah, we're gonna stop soon. Malon sort of peeks up and says, he wants the gag.
Does he want the gag or do you want the gag?
He looks at you. Keeps looking at you. Keeps looking.
That's not an answer. I know what you're trying to say, but I want to hear it come out your mouth.
If he does decide to call for help,
Mm-hmm.
then that would not be.
Is that all that this is about?
I will punch
Is it just
you.
about me? I don't doubt that. Right, so boss says the gag goes back on. So sorry, kid.
Okay. Well, it's sometimes a bit like it's a bit weird because it's like classic, so it gets my thing. Like it's
Is it uncomfortable?
a little bit, but yeah, it's kind of.
Yeah. So sorry about this. I can't say no to him. You know, boss
You know it.
situation. Oh my god, I'm talking to Daniels, not you. Okay. The stuff I say to him is different from the stuff I say to you. Okay. So
Oh
we're
no,
clear.
no, you. Oh no, you said it loud and clear. We know that you can't say no to me.
I swear I will gag you if you keep on this conversation.
Oh.
Jesus.
Dude, you guys need to stop fighting and choking him because we know what will happen afterwards.
Yeah, guys, it's November.
God.
Come
Hello?
on, you're gonna make him fair,
Hello?
bro.
Are you
Bye,
back?
Leia.
Oh,
Hello.
I'm so
yeah.
sorry. My computer crashed and then it had to update.
What is with the updates today? What the fuck?
My computer didn't even crash. It just went, I'm
Mine literally
updating
just
now,
went-
fuck you.
Froze. It just literally froze. Yes, I'm very sorry.
It's completely fine.
That's
What has
okay.
There was
happened?
just a swamp of mild sexual tension and BDSM jokes.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty much.
okay. Right.
And then as you joined in, we're finishing now.
Essentially.
Yeah,
Can you tell me what's happening to me?
Yes, I will. I will. Okay. As you all have a short rest, Tereth, you begin to awaken to a familiar face shaking you. As Tenneth, wake up! As you wake up to be face to face with pause for suspense. You wake up face to face with a worried looking Tenebrae.
Okay.
That's where we're gonna end that.
Okay.
Please don't be part of this.
Thanks for tuning in to the waiting list.
Yeah, seriously.
To like and subscribe.
If you're that one person, just like we will make a fan server for you.
Guys, go check their channel and look on the discussion.
What?
Click on their channel,
Thank
then
you
click
for
discussion.
listening. If you have,
Whose?
And if you enjoyed it,
On the guy.
smash that
on
like
subscriber.
button.
go fuck yourself.